Hello my owlets, and how are you doing today? So today I thought we would work on the cover to my next journal. So this is my current journal that I have. I'm in the works of it. It's the little mushroom cover. I don't know if you guys remember, but it will be, this is the one I just did September in, and it's going to actually go through, I think, like September 14th. So we'll be moving into this one this month as well. And then I figured out, I glued all the pages together and counted them out. And I think if my calculations is right, this will run through the rest of September, all of October, and November. Which that's doing one page per day. But what I like about that idea is that, one, I will have a whole new journal dedicated only to December, which I love that because I'll be doing my December daily and things like that. And then two, I'm also going to be working in my journal that we had talked about with traveling, and that's going to be in my next video. Things have been really super crazy, hectic, changing. More on that later, but this is the journal that I had put together, this little junk journal that I'm going to be taking on my trip in October. And so I wanted to go ahead and get some of the pages decorated, and I was going to show you guys how I'm going to prepare to go with my with traveling. And this is what I've had in the works. This bag, isn't this bag cute? It says think happy thoughts, and it has this beautiful rainbow and bluebirds on it. It's from my friend here in Georgetown. And so anyway, but this has all like maps that I had put in here. So I really think this is going to be like my travel bag that I take with me to Vermont and New Hampshire, and Maine. So I think this is what I'm going to take. I'm going to put my journal in there, and I've already added a bunch of little pins and things like that and stickers, but I think I'm going to be cleaning this out, and I'll show you guys when I go to pack this up what I'm going to be bringing. But that's been on my mind about, you know, not overpacking. So when I put everything in there I had to go stay with my mom for a couple of days, I brought that because I thought, oh, I'll work on that, which I didn't work on it. I worked in my other journal. I brought my other journal too. I never pack lightly. But so yeah, so I've decided that's going to be the bag that I'm going to bring, and I'll be showing you guys how I put it all together for the upcoming trip. I'm going to move this. I've been doing some painting and filming, and so I have another thing that I've had right in my face while I was talking to you guys. Okay, so let's light a candle first. This is a nutmeg, golden nutmeg, and isn't it so cute? It has this little ghost on the front. Brazos and her boyfriend picked this up for me. Smells so good. And so I thought we got to set the tone for the upcoming season, fall and Halloween, and it's just perfect with this little ghost cover. So I'm going to be doing a little something different on this cover. I'm going to be doing like a little mixed media piece, and I'm just putting this large envelope. The air conditioning is blowing on that, so it's kind of going a little wild, and I'm always paranoid about catching things on fire. But we're going to do a little mixed media cover. I've got a lot of like materials here. I've got some felt, I've got some cardboard that I want to use, and then I picked up these little these burlap leaves from the Dollar Tree over the weekend, and so I'm going to be using those on my page too. So we're going to do like a little scene. When I found out November was going to be in this book as well, I kind of was like, I had already had a vision in my mind about what I wanted to do, and I was like, well, is that going to work? But I'm going to make it work. So it's, you know, anything goes in journals, anything goes in junk journals, anything goes in your journals. You don't have to have any rules for yourself. So I just shook this up before we filmed. There we go. This is just some acrylic gesso that I'm adding to do like a cover on here. And so yeah, so anything goes in your journal, whatever your heart desires, you can do. it is a piece of you and a piece of your story, so I say go with whatever your intentions were at the beginning of what you wanted to do. So basically I wanted to do kind of like a little scene that represented fall, had some Halloween in it, and so that's kind of what I wanted to do for my cover. But then I was like, well, November, you know, it's going to be a little something different. But this is going to be it. We're going to go with it. So I'm just putting this as a base down, mostly just to kind of create like a foundation to be able to start what I want to do. So while that is drying, I'm going to put that over here. We're going to go ahead and cut out some of the things that we want to do. So this is actually going to be part of a tree trunk, and I really actually had congruent paper, but I have no idea where it is. I saw it not too long ago, and when I was even thinking about this, I was like, now put that I put it away. I said, now put that somewhere where you're going to be able to find it, because you're going to want to use it. And lo and behold, I went to go dig for it right now and cannot find it. But I want to have a lot of like fun textures on this page. Now we'll be sealing almost everything in. I mean, I'm going to be putting a ton of glue on things, so I feel pretty good about using all the different kind of textures. And this actually kind of gives it a little bit more, it still has that congruent look, but it gives it some, you know, I'm going to be adding some paint to the top of it as well, so it kind of gives it a little more edgy look to it, a little more just like barkish, tree trunkish look to it. So I had a question, I don't know if it was on, and I'm sorry you guys, I haven't been able to answer any questions or comments. Like I said, this has been, you know how people say that certain years are just really bizarre or just more stressful than others. This is, and I was always like, well, you know, I guess so. Oh, I understand now. I totally understand. So I have tried to read as many as I can, because you guys don't realize how, when you do leave comments, it makes me feel very good about making these videos for you guys. I love that you're inspired to create. It just makes my heart fill with joy. But like I said, it's just been, and once things settle down, I will go into more details. But I do have some projects that I want to do. Like I said, I've had them sitting on my desk that I want to film. They're not necessarily journal. There's some crafty. There's some recreating. I just want to do so many things. I have so many things in my head. Oh, but life is happening right now. Okay, so I think that is going to be enough. But let me just peel a little bit more off of here. But I had a question if I was going to be doing a Halloween journal. I won't be doing a standalone Halloween journal. I will be adding my Halloween to my Creative Daily Journal. And I actually thought to myself, like, oh, you know, where I'm at in my private journal, I still have lots of pages left in there, so I thought, well, I could create my own little Halloween journal, but I have lots of fun things I want to add to my Creative Daily. Oh, looky there. Just pulled it all off. I have lots of things I want to add to my Creative Daily Journal. So, I think what I'm going to be doing is filming those, like definitely do some Halloween, adding Halloween to my journal. Okay, so that is that. I have felt. Let's fill this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, since we'll be painting and we have to go back and forth with the paint, I'm gonna be prepping, and then I'm also gonna be painting. I'm also gonna be painting during the prepping. So I have this. I guess I could use that, because wait, I could just use what I have. This is actually different paint. This is Oh, what paint did I use? Gouache. And I'm actually going to be using acrylic paint on my cover. So, let's see what color background. It's going to be kind of at night. This particular, well, maybe not at night. So I have to, I haven't run this by my sisters, so I'm going to, oh, that's why. That, I always felt like this was a bad sign that I haven't been painting enough with my paints. But I don't feel as guilty with these because I used to only use acrylic paint. But I use a lot of gouache now when I paint my art pieces, but this is still like dried up. That's, I just feel like, okay, you're not using your paints. That's, is this the same color? No. You need to be using your paints. Okay. But, so I'm going to be going with my sisters, and I think I mentioned this in my other video. This is the trip to, up northeast for leaf peeping. Yes, there's an official name, which I love. But, they are going to, my little sister has this app that she uses, and she said she'll be able to do it this week. She's going to kind of like map out where we're going to be going. And so I'm so looking forward to that. I'm really excited to kind of see where and then what I want to do is there's a couple places that we definitely said we want to go. So we're going to map those out, and then I want to kind of go and like look at the map, kind of see what else is on that path, because you guys, I want to go to like some of the older cemeteries up there. I think that would be right up my alley. Now, I don't know how my sisters feel about it, but I think it's just so, you know, we have, I mean, to go back that far, it's just, I just find it amazing. So we'll see. So that's kind of a look that I'm going for on my cover is I want to put some tombstones. I don't know, you guys, this year I'm kind of going, my daughter's like, Mom, what are you doing? Because I'm really cutesy, but I have this idea to put, a apothecary, I know if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. I have practiced that word forever, and my mouth just does not want to say it. But, you know, and I want to do like, I've been picking up things from Dollar Tree that have like jars you can put like eyeballs in, and yeah, totally just not what I normally do at all, but I'm really looking forward to it. Does that make sense? Something a little different. And so, yeah, so that's kind of the look I'm going for, and it's coming over into my journal. Kind of spooky, kind of not, to me, I guess I don't really feel, I guess I could totally creep myself out about it, but, well, yeah, I could. But that's kind of like the Halloween, not creepy scary, but just a little different than what I'm used to. My Halloween decorations normally consist of like all pumpkins, you know, like everything's pumpkin-y. And I'm definitely going to be doing my pumpkins, but I'm adding a little bit of a twist in there this year. And yes, skeletons are part of it, and normally I'm not a huge, you know, creepy skeleton. But I'm not going to have like blood coming out. You know, I'm not that, that's a different Halloween for me, and I'm not a big fan of gore, I guess you could say. It's still going to be cute. It's still going to be cute. So would you guys, is that, if y'all were to go on a trip, would you go to a cemetery, or is that something that is not on your radar? Like, oh heck no, I'm not going to do it, or is it something that that you would enjoy doing? I've never done this with my family, but they kind of come from the generation of where you would take Sunday, like take a Sunday or a day during the week or something and go out and visit cemeteries and eat lunch. I don't know if you would necessarily eat lunch at the cemetery, but you know, sit out for a while, put flowers on the graves, visit everybody, clean it up a little bit. My dad, I'm going to set this aside now, let this dry. My dad and his siblings have done that for a long time, including my grandpa. And my grandpa recently passed. I guess it's been about 5 years. To us, it still seems like yesterday. But I want to tell you, I was digging around in my felt. These are felt pieces that I picked up from, I don't even know where I was when I picked them up. But I've picked them up several places. But there was a place, I know when we went to Kansas last year, that I got a bunch of felt. And then, I don't know, anytime I see felt, I usually pick it up because I just put it in my stash because I'm always using it. And this was in there. It almost looks like a ghost, does it not? So yes, there is going to be a ghost on my page here. It's not going to be shaped like that, but I thought, how fun is that? I really need my cloth material. My cloth scissors. I don't know where they are, but yeah, so cemeteries do not freak me out at all. In fact, I remember when we went to Maine last time, we went to Bar Harbor, and they had a cemetery in the middle of the town, and I really wish I would have gone in there and looked now, but okay, so we have those pieces done. Now we're going to cut some tree leaves. Now these are shaped like leaves, I know that, but they're too big for my page, but I love the color, so. And I love the texture. So I'm going to do a couple of those. Yeah, I've gone into several. Like I said, I watched Cheap Crafty Girl, and she had found a couple of things that I love watching her haul videos for Dollar Tree, and she had found a couple of things that I'm wanting to find. And it's funny how Dollar Tree is, though. Around here, at least, I have to go to several stores to find what I need. So I did find a couple things, and they might have not have put things out yet, but I did find a couple things, and I want to get a couple more. They're like little jars. They're plastic, but they look like little like poison. Like you can put like the word poison on there or whatever. And so yeah, I want to get those for my my new idea that I have for decorating. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these off, the stick here, the stem. It's glued on that stick. Oh. I was saying that stem was like really glued on, but I'm just going to cut these into pieces because I am going to use just like, I'm going to do a collage of this, so I am just going to be using the pieces like that. I may not need as many as I thought. So my question is, do you guys, when you're decorating, first of all, you know, you may not even decorate for Halloween, but do you decorate for fall? I love it because talking to my son, when he talks to his friends, he tells me, he goes, oh, no, and it's funny, they're so cute. The kids are so, I just love kids. You know, just their young minds, and, you know, I have decorated my house forever. That's what I was telling my daughter. So, now, granted, I was one of these students that I would move out of my house, move back in my house. This is once I got out of high school. I'd move in, move out, move in, move out. Well, my one house that I loved, my apartment, I decorated everything. Like, I went to Goodwill, bought all the stuff, you know, went to estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores, all the little stores to decorate. And then of course I always had Halloween out. Halloween, Christmas, I mean, you were, even though I was a young teenager, you were still, it was still like you're coming to mom's house, you know. Okay. So I'm going to say this is, it's not really dry, but we're going to go with it. Because like I said, I'm going to be adding a ton of glue. If you haven't noticed, this is going to be my tree trunk here. And these are going to be my leaves, right? And we're going to have our little ghost peeking around. Where did I do my ghost? Peeking around the bend here. He may need to be a little smaller. I actually thought about doing white. I wonder if white would be more real of what I'm trying to get here. Versus the cream. That's why I like picking up just scrap pieces of felt and material, because usually they have it like in a bin for like 25 cents or something. And I'm going to move that tree in a teeny tiny bit because on that edge I don't want this to create an issue. Okay, so let's use a paper plate on the bottom here. Okay, watch me splatter this all over me. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Whoa, that's a lot, but we'll see. This is my favorite Mod Podge. I do have a ton of decoupage over there, like the plaid. I guess that's the brand, or actually the brand decoupage. Mod Podge. That's it. I think it's by Plaid. But this I buy all the time on for all my projects. I use this on my canvases. I've never had any issues with things like really sticking, so it's definitely my favorite. I first found it at Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby doesn't carry it anymore. So I'm going to be doing a generous amount of glue, because with this being a cardboard piece, I definitely want it to stick. But going back to my question about decorating, do you guys change up every year? Do you do the same? Same with the Christmas tree. I usually have themes for my Christmases. In fact, this year I'm on the fence about what theme I want to do. I've been doing Christmases around the world, and I really focused on Germany last year and Sweden the year before. And I really am wanting to do Mexico this year. But then when I did my Anne of Green Gables, I bought the book. So then I'm like, ooh, that would be fun too, is to do kind of like an Anne of Green Gables themed. So yeah, so I like to change mine up. My ghost needs to go under and back behind here, or else, let's see. I really don't want to add more thickness to that tree, so I may have to just go like that. Okay, I can do that. Because this tree is going to be the tricky part of getting it to really adhere down, since it is so thick. But probably what I'll do is after we do this, because I will be adding some paint on top of the tree trunk, is do some Mod Podge over the entire piece. Let's see here. I might just clip this little guy down over here. No, not close enough. That's okay. I'll just periodically keep pushing it down. But yeah, I'll be sealing it in. Okay, so let's add I'm just going to actually, you know what, we're just going to add as we go. Instead of doing like a pre-add, we're just going to put a bunch of glue down and start adding those leaves on there. Yeah, and you probably notice I did put like a, this is a large envelope, just so I don't glue my pages together, which I've known to do that. See, like literally this, even though I'm putting this and you're like, oh, it looks white, it's, the Mod Podge dries clear, so. I'm just putting random pieces. I may need to cut more. That's okay. And also going in and filling it with glue. I mean, not glue. Paint. Some of the spots. Works too. Sure does seem like I have a lot of that clear, that regular burlap, right? I keep getting these big, unless I just cut those really big. The regular color, not the orange and blue. I mean orange and red. This would be also a really cute page to put inside your journal, using different like elements and things. Oh, there we go. Here's a big chunky red. Let's see, how's our... It's drying over there, I see it. It's sealing itself, but like I said, I'm going to come in and... Oh, I need something to lay down on top of here. Oh, here we go. This is better. This is better. There. That will hold it down. And I have another one. But see, I needed a hand and now I have two hands. Ha ha. Okay. So, yeah, we talked about cooking pumpkin bread. I think we're gonna, my daughter wants to cook some pumpkin bread tonight. It seems like this year, the season, it's, I don't know if it's, I know what it is, it's been with social media, because I know that when I used to do, this was, shoot, 10, 20 years ago, I guess, when the kids were little, I would always do a mantle. I would change my mantle up every month, and they still remember that, which I love, because I would call it the mantle of the month. And so August was typically always like sunflowers, and then once I got into September, I would do a school theme, but I always would add, I really wanted to go full throttle into fall, but I always felt like it was a little still too early because fall doesn't happen till the middle of the month, But I would always still put fall leaves along somewhere. I would add them because I would be so ready. And now I'm seeing, of course, I can see why. It's kind of like I found a couple people on Instagram that I'm enjoying watching them because they have come up with so many cute ideas for like parties and for decorations. And I'm glad they're doing it now because by the time, let's say by the time you're ready to decorate, you know, it's hard to get into, oh, let me look online. And right now I'm kind of already planning out, like I said, kind of planning out, okay, this is what I want to do. And then I'm finding all these really cute ideas on a budget, which is that much better, like making ghosts and things like that. Yeah, I'm going heavy on this stuff here, you guys. But like I said, it will dry at the end of this. Probably what I'll do is have to let it sit, and then I'll have to come back and show you guys the final product. I'll do a picture or something at the end or something. We'll make sure that you guys get to see the end. But okay. Now we're just gonna fill in some little holes here and there. Like I said, I'm planning on adding some paint as well. So that will make it an easy adjustment. Okay, do I have any other colors? Of course I want to add it right in there, but that's okay. Okay, let's get our little ghosty out. And I really wish I had I brought in some black felt. I didn't bring any black felt in to make his little eyeballs. We may just have to use some paint. Okay. Add him on there. So a little bit of history, since I found myself cutting this and I was thinking, when I first started doing like my art pieces, like my canvases and stuff, I cut everything, you guys. I didn't draw at all. I mean, I guess you could say I draw like the head shape, most because you know everything I do has like girls or whatever the case is. But I would cut every little piece out of material because I always felt like I may not be able to paint that well, but I could definitely cut things into shapes. But over time, that has really changed. Now, I rarely do this kind of art, and I miss it. It's fun. I think I need to get back to doing it. Oh. Putting my tombstones in. I know I was going to hear my dog bark. I hear the neighbor's dog barking, so he always has to bark if the neighbor's dog barks. It's just how he has to, you know. So, and what I'll do is go over these with like gray to get that, some gray, and like come back and do some black texturing, you know. Okay, let's see how our cover, if the tree has like, now I think we need a hand over here. I'll just fold this under like that. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. We don't have any brown. Where's my brown? I don't even have any brown paint out here. That is odd. Okay. Well, let me get some brown paint. Actually, I wonder if I have some. I think I had some gouache because I have gouache right here, but let me go look over here really quick. We'll kind of make our own. Oh, I do have like a burnt gouache. Let me get that. I do not know because I always think it's such a dark color, but we can use that. I was thinking we can make our own color brown because I have like a tan color here, but I do not see any of my brown. But here's that burnt I was talking about. If y'all ever, I love working with gouache because Mindy Laceville actually introduced it to me when I took a class with her. And it's so forgiving because it's like, it does a, it's almost like watercolor, but it's more pigmented like acrylic paint, if that makes sense. And I guess there's different kind of gouache too. And I did get the more of the acrylic kind. I think there's definitely a different kind. Because I showed her what I'd gotten and she said, oh yeah, that's this kind, but there's this other kind. And I've always just had this because it's lasted me a long time to use. Okay, so let's make some of the tree a little darker here. Add some black in there. We're really doing mixed media. We're mixing different medias. Get a little bit of different coloring here. Because you know the tree's going to be old. Yeah, in the town that we live in, there's all these, not the town, but the city, I guess the little town that's closest to our littlest town, they have a lot of like trees in the middle of the, I don't want to get this on my ghost. They have a lot of trees in the middle of the roads, and it's like, if you think about it, we intruded on those trees, you know. I'm glad that when they built the roads, they did go around the trees. Okay. Alright, so on the tree limbs here, on the leaves, I'm definitely going to have that Mod Podge dry. So, and then what I'll probably do is just come in and do some smudging action. But let's go ahead and paint our little graves. Give them that old stone look. Alright, you guys, we're getting there. And then I think, I'm going to add a little bit of gray with my black. And I'll probably come in here and put, like, once it paints, maybe I can put a date or a rest in peace or something. Just switch out the paintbrushes so we don't have this video be too long. And then I'm just going to come in here and do some little, because, oh, you know what I need to do actually? If the leaves are on the ground, I don't know if it stays around here, the grass, if we get any more rain. Oh my gosh, everything looks dead, you guys, dead. Dead as a doornail, as they say. If we get any more, if not, the grass is not green, which I should have thought about that when I did this, but you guys, I live in a whimsical world of imagination, so we are imagining the ground is still green. That's what I'm imagining. Ew, this is like a blob. Definitely means I need to be using my acrylic paint more. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here and like add some different colors since the leaves have been falling on the ground, right? So let me do one color at a time. I'm just putting little smushies. Always reminds me of Snoopy, you know, him, poor Charlie Brown, or, yeah, who is it? Is it Linus? Oh, I need to watch it. Is it Linus that ran and with his lollipop? I think it is. Okay. Gives the idea of the leaves. Falling. Okay. And so at this point, I'm going to draw some eyes on my ghost, and then I'm going to let it dry, and then we can come back and see what it looks like. I'm wondering if I should have just cut eyeballs, but it seems to be working. Painting on felt. He's a ginormous ghost. Did you notice that? Maybe he just looks closer. He's peeking. He's saying hi, but he's friendly. Alright, you guys. That was fun. Maybe I should do... I know, this is when I start like, oh, let me add this, and maybe I should add that, and... What do y'all think? Think that's good for now? Okay, we're going to let it dry, and I'm going to clean my mess up a little bit, and then we'll come back and see once all those leaves are... all that Mod Podge is dry. Didn't you see my tree? I'm really impressed that it really stuck. And then what I do is I do one more coat of Mod Podge. I won't cover the ghost, but just to seal everything in. And that bothers me, that little bitty covering that I did not. This is a weird paintbrush. I was coming here. I see that, y'all might not see it on that, but I saw like that composition notebook, like square that they have on the front of the notebooks. I can see it, so I'm going to definitely cover that up. Alright. Ooh, looks so cute! Alright, you guys, I will be back in a little bit once it dries up. Alright, you guys, so we're back. This is painted. It's still a little like squishy feeling, but and you can tell I still need to add some more glue. I think what I'm going to do though is add some 3-in-1 glue instead of doing the Mod Podge, because it took quite a while to dry. I did put it outside. It was what, 106 today, so that helped with the drying. And then the paint I have here, I have this red, yellow, and dark brown is gouache. And so I'm just going to kind of go over the burlap with it and fill in any of these little blue holes. Of course, you could always see the sky from, you know, in the trees and in our leaves here. But I'm just going to kind of go over and fill those in just with some paint. And like I said, whenever, like this particular piece here, once I find my glue, I will, in fact, I don't know what I did. I think it's over there. It's on a different workspace, so I'll glue that later. But I'm just going to come in here with some paint and kind of add some color to the burlap, like this. There's some gaps here. And then the brown, I didn't have any light color gouache, and so I mixed it with this, I think it's like flesh color. And so I'm just going to kind of go over some of the brown. And mix it up with this acrylic. Mix this up okay. Again, like I said, I'm just kind of adding a little bit of paint to these burlap pieces. Okay. And then I'm going to take, I thought about writing my name here, but then I was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to put the word boo on, stamp the word boo on here. And then I'll just, when I do my inside, I'll do the introduction. I'll put my name. So this was fun. It was a fun cover. I love using different mediums. I love using different different types of material on here. To me, it's just kind of, it's a fun little artsy way of getting creative. Boo. I think that looks so cute. And then, and then when I start adding, I even thought about adding like some sparkle to it, but I think I'm good for now. And you know, it's always a work in progress as you create your page, but I think it turned out kind of cute. I think it turned out really, really cute and fun, especially for the season. So I'll enjoy having this as my journal cover for the next couple of months. I do probably need to write something on the tombstone, but I was going to look for my smaller stamps, or I can just do rest in peace. Kind of add some different looks to that. So, alright you guys, well that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit something funky, a little different. Like I said, I can always add some sparkles if I want to, or just continue with the page. So, alright, y'all have a super sparkly rest of the day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.